Hello, I'm the Eternal Newbie. The extra L is because eternity is a long time. This week I learned a new D&D term, TPK. I had heard the term before and always thought it stood for Terrific Puppies and Kittens. Now, I'm not wrong very often, but apparently it stands for Total Party Killed, and not in a good way. Despite the happy sounding name, it's a bad thing. So here's a story about how our brave party of 5 were killed by what I've come to see as the most terrifying creatures in the game. So, it starts out we're in the woods and see a broken down wagon. I was the rogue, so I went out to scout for the attackers. I rolled a 2 on my perception skill. Now you might be thinking to yourself, hey, at least it wasn't a 1. But a 1 would have been better because I was playing a halfling rogue. I'm lucky. I can re-roll any 1s on skill checks. A 2 is the worst thing I could have rolled. On the plus side, I did see a cool centipede, but that's it, so I confidently waved the party forward. Then my old nemesis, the fly in my ointment, the pea in my mellow yellow, appear. What is this terrifying creature that haunts my nightmares? Goblins. 4 goblins. Some people may say beholders are tough, or dragons, but take it from me, they don't know the true terror that is the goblin. It's a proven fact that goblins have killed more players than any other creature in the game. Not to go into bloody details, but we ended up taking them down. I even hit one of them. One party member was down, and another good-looking one, me, had 1 hit point left. So we take a short rest and I rolled a 2 on my hit die. Adding my constitution modifier, I was back up to a hearty 4 hit points. Bring on those dragons. We took off following the trail we'd found to rescue the victims of the original ambush. Now let me explain a key detail about this game. We were all playing pre-made characters that came with the box. The DM wanted to see how they were, and we, like the geniuses we are, happily agreed. They weren't very good. Eventually, though, we made it to the goblin's lair. There were a couple of guards outside, and my 4 hit points served me well because I bravely did hit and run tactics. I'd peek my head out of hiding, shoot my bow, miss, then hide again, and then repeat the whole thing the next turn. But I did actually hit one of them, for 5 damage no less. I did roll a few more 2s in this exchange, but only 1 party member went down, and we killed the 2 goblins. As you probably figured out by now, we weren't rolling very well, while the goblins were rolling like bosses. It took about 6 rounds for our party to finish them off, but we did. Some in the party needed a short rest, so I kept watch with my 0 perception. I don't like pre-gen characters, but on the plus side, when I rolled a 2 this time, I saw a butterfly. A blue butterfly. Luckily, the other person on watch was paying attention instead of pretending to be an archaeologist, so he alerted the group when some goblins came out. We do what all brave adventurers do. We picked up our weapons, steeled ourselves, and hid in the bushes. I consider this our most victorious victory of them all. Finally, it's time to rescue our friends from the hated goblins. There's a small stream down the middle of a narrow cave entrance that we have to stand in to enter. So while one party member is messing around with some wolves, the rest of us are standing in the entrance enjoying the cool stream. I was still at 4 hit points, so I was happy to stay at my place at the end of the group. Well, one of the goblins must have flushed a toilet or something because suddenly the stream bubbles and starts to overflow. They really should call a plumber for that or something. The 3 of us standing in the stream make a saving throw, and I fail, but with a 3 this time, so hey, I'm getting better. But I also take 4 damage, so my body gently starts to float away. After they fished me out, we realized the cleric has no more healing spells, so that's it. They end up having to drag my halfling body to a safe space in camp. Now it's on. We're back at full health. Cleric's got both his spells back, and we are ready to be awesome. So we go back and run into that patrol. 2 goblins and a wolf. I almost feel bad for them. They don't know what they have coming. 5 angry, well-rested adventurers, ready to unleash hell upon them. 10 rounds later, those goblins are toast. I even helped. I hit one. Once. So, not that I'm keeping count, but out of somewhere around 20 rounds of combat, I've hit 4 times. This doesn't seem right to me, so I broke it down. Goblins have 15 AC, so I would have to roll 15 or higher on a 20-sided die to hit them. But wait, I have +5 to hit, so I only need to roll a 10 or higher, giving me a 55% chance to hit. Oh, I'm not done yet. I'm lucky. So if I roll a 1, I get to re-roll, and on that re-roll I have a 55% chance to hit. So without actually doing the math, I have slightly less than a 58% chance to hit. I've hit approximately 20% of my attempts by now. And guess what? I don't get another hit in because when we walk around the corner, we're ambushed by goblins. 2 of them run right up to me, so I swing my mighty short sword at them and miss, I don't know, like 4 more times before death finally grants me her sweet release. The few party members still standing don't survive me long, and with that, it's over. Our pre-gens didn't even make it to the boss. I mean, it had to be the pre-gens, right? I'm awesome and a winner. Winner, I say. So, there's no way I made a mistake. Sure, the rolling was bad, but it was the pre-gens' fault too because... oh, I don't know, but it was their fault. Not my fault. Definitely not my fault. So, that's how a group of 5 brave pre-gens were destroyed by a bunch of goblins. My first TPK and my second death to goblins. Thanks for listening, and if you liked it, how about a subscribe? And check out my other videos.